plan then to go back to Africa, to the missions, or do you have a vision of something that you want to do over here?
Yes, I'm an American citizen, born in Africa. So this is my new home, and this is my home. Whatever I do with Africa is the same thing that an American would want to do. Of course, it will be obvious that I have a personal, attachment, if you may, to Africa. But my goal is actually to be involved in ways that I could actually change legislatures to be able to impact the world, whether it's about health issues, whether it's about issues that are relating to life in general, because as doctors, we deal with a lot of that. When a patient is sick, when do you decide, especially if they're in a vegetative state, when do you make the decision as to whether this is life or not?
You're actually, you're expanding from, pregnant women, you're expanding to all of the issues of life. And you just mentioned one very important one is when people are perhaps in a permanent vegetative state, what do you do? And of course, you want to do all of this in the context of faith. And I'm wondering if you just talk a little bit about your faith, how your faith impacts your medical practice, how it impacts your missionary efforts, how it impacts your study of law.
My grandfather accepted the Christian faith back in Africa before I was born. Before that, they didn't know about Christ. But when the missionaries came, actually my two grandparents, they embraced the faith. And I grew up in a home, in a household, where my grandfather was the catechist, if you remember.
Really?
Yes. And in my home, my grandfather actually went around establishing Catholic churches in different towns. So he will plant a Catholic church, and then there'll be a priest that will come visit, and then he will plant another one. So all my life, all I've known is faith. And as you know, faith is believing without seeing. Faith is daring your heart to go where your eyes cannot see. Faith, according to Hebrews 11:1, is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Father, faith has been a stronghold of my life.
I know that. When we first met, I saw you in the chapel at the law school, and you were very deep in prayer. And I said, this is an extraordinary person here. And then when I heard your story, I realized that you indeed were extraordinary. So I know that faith is a great motivator for you and the work that you do.